Hello guys, my name is Lawrence. I'm the CEO of the Lawrence Group Company, the International School of Languages, the Europa Christ Company, and the Christ Light Company. As we said it before, I came today with a new video on IELTS tests, and I want you in this video to be very focused because this video has a lot of details, as a certain number of details about the IELTS test. I will explain a little bit how the IELTS test is designed, the test itself, meaning whatever it is compound of. So stay watching and let us dive into the field of knowledge. All right. Now, before I start, let me tell you that the IELTS test is divided into four. The first part, and I mean here the academic IELTS test, meaning this one is an academic test because there is also a general test, but over here I'll be talking about the academic tests. The academic tests is divided, of IELTS test is divided into four. The first part is the academic reading. The second part is the academic writing. The third part is the academic listening. The fourth part is the academic speaking. All right, we'll go into this and try to understand how each one is working. All right, so stay tuned. Let's go. Academic reading. All right. The academic reading of IELTS test is actually up to 9, still up to 9 grade average, meaning not grade average, but the maximum average, maximum grade is 9. All right, it's up to 9, and it's the time allotted for this part of the test is 1 hour. All right, and it has 3 different texts, and these texts has each 12 to 14 questions, all right, which makes a total of 40 questions for this part of the test, the academic reading. All right, now we can also get to know that the tests that are used in these tests are actually authentic, they are academic in nature. The style of the text may be descriptive or argumentative. The text may contain illustrations. If a text contains technical terms, a simple glossary actually is provided. All right. So get this get to know this point because they might be important to notice it. Now, the academic reading has several questions, type of questions that can be asked. There is multiple choice questions, identifying information true, false, not given. There is identifying writers' views, claims, yes, not, or not given. Matching information, matching headings, matching features, matching sentence endings, sentence completion, note summary table, flowchart completion, labeling a diagram, short answer questions. All right, this is the first part of the text, which is the academic reading. Now we move to the second part of the text, which is academic writing. The academic writing is actually up to the grade is up to 9 as the maximum grade, and the writing, we have 2 different tasks. The first task is the writing task 1, which is 20 minutes, and you have to write maximum an average of 150 words. The second task is the writing task 2, which is 14 minutes, and you have to write an average of 250 words. All right. Now, what we need to know about the task 1 is you need to accurately describe and summarize virtual information. The information may be presented in a diagram, a map, a graph, or a table. It means that over here in the task one, you will have a kind of graph or a map, and you will have to describe and summarize it in your writings up to in a average of 150 word. Whereas the writing task 2, you need to write a discursive essay. All right, you will be given an opinion, a problem or issue that you need to respond to. You may be asked to provide solution, evaluate a problem, compare and contrast different ideas, or challenge an idea. All right, this is for the writing task 2. Now, the criteria of evaluation can be taken as the task achievement. How did you achieve the task given to you? The coherence and the cohesion, all right, in your writings. The lexical resources, the grammatical range, and the accuracy. All right. Now, this is the second part of the test. The third part of the test is the listening part. And in the listening part, over here, the grade is up to 9. We have 30 minutes plus 10 minutes to transfer your answers. And we have 4 sections, and each section has 10 questions. Now, the first questions, you have a conversation between 2 people about a general topic with a transaction purpose. For example, finding information about travel. The second section, you have a monologue or prompt monologue on general topic with a transactional purpose. For example, giving information about the events in the community. All right, these are all listening actually. All right, and the third section, you have a conversation between 2 to 3 people in an academic context. For example, a student and a tutor discussing on academic problem. All right. The fourth section, over there you have a monologue in an academic context. Example, a lecture lecturing. All right. Now, what does it mean? It means that the lecturer will be lecturing and you'll be listening to the lecture, and you will have to respond to questions accordingly. Now, which type of questions will you have in the listening part? First of all, you're gonna have what we call the notes, summary, flowchart completion. All right, you have a multiple choice question, the short answer questions, sentence completion, labeling, diagram, plan, and map, classification, and matching. All right, these are the type of questions you'll find in the listening section, in the listening parts of the test. Okay, and make sure to know that each section has 10 questions. All right, yeah. Now we move to the fourth part of the test, which is the speaking part. Now, in the speaking section, we have up to 9. The grade is up to 9, and you have 11 to 14 minutes to complete the test. Now, you have 3 parts in the test, which the first part has 4 to 5 minutes, the second part has 3 to 4 minutes, the third part has 4 to 5 minutes. And let me tell you what is happening in each part. The first part, this test, for the first part, in fact, let me give you a brief about the speaking test. This test consists of an interview. It means you have an examiner, is going to be in front of you, and is going to be doing kind of interview to you, meaning you'll be sitting in front of him and you're going to do an interview. All right, this is how this test is designed in the speaking part. All right, and the interview is recorded, and yeah, it is actually recorded for evaluation actually. Okay. Now, the first part of the test, talk about the question. The interview will ask you questions on familiar topics, for example, hobbies, likes and dislikes. In the second part of the test, the examiner will ask you, you will be given a booklet with a topic. Example, describe a good friend and some suggestion. You need to talk about the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You have about 1 minute to write your notes. All right, before you begin. All right. The fourth part over here, the examiner would ask you more detailed and more abstract questions about the topic in the part 2. It means that the questions that are here will be more abstract questions about what happened in part 2, what has been asked in part 2. For example, how important is your friendship? This is related to what we said about describing a good friend, asked in the part 2. All right. We have a criteria here. If the criteria followed here is the fluency, the coherence in your speech, lexical resource in your speech, grammatical range in your saying, grammatical range and accuracy, and the way the pronunciation, the way you pronounce word. All right. Thank you very much. This is all for this video. If you have more questions about the IELTS test, please write in the comments, put down the comment, your comment, whatever questions you have. Feel free to ask questions, and we can come up with a second video about the IELTS test where we can explain again certain things maybe you did not understand. All right, thank you very much. This is Lawrence. Bye bye. See you.